Hello there, I'm Nafisa Latic, and this is Across the Balkans. One of the main messages from the FIFA World Cup is that football unites the globe, bringing people together from all countries to celebrate. But if history is any guide, politics have often found their way into sports, from the teams and players themselves, all the way down to the fans. And this year's World Cup has been no different. During the group stage, Serbia's national team brought long-running tensions with Kosovo into the locker room, literally. FIFA has charged Serbia's Football Federation after its players hung a political banner that showed the map of Serbia that included Kosovo. Written on the map were the words, "No surrender." Kosovo's Football Federation immediately complained to FIFA, saying Serbia's team is using the World Cup to promote hateful, xenophobic and genocidal messages. Serbia's manager, Dragan Stojkovic, declined to comment when confronted about the allegations.
What impact the FIFA investigation into the flag will have on your match with
No comments, next question. No comment.
As Stojkovic refused to comment on the FIFA investigation, another incident happened during Friday's Switzerland game. Serbian fans displayed fascist banners and sang racist chants at ethnic Albanians playing for the Swiss national team. The sides had met at the same stage at the previous World Cup in Russia 4 years ago, when tensions had flared after two Swiss players with Kosovar roots celebrated their goals with a two-headed eagle gesture in tribute to the Albanian flag. The incident led to several FIFA investigations into player misconduct. And this year, Xherdan Shaqiri and Granit Xhaka provoked an already delicate situation with more gestures during the match. FIFA has so far declined to comment. Meanwhile, many in Kosovo are supporting the Swiss national team, as it includes several players of ethnic Albanian origin. We are now going to be joined by someone who was directly involved in raising the red flag to FIFA officials about the hateful banner left by the Serbian team, Kosovo's Minister of Culture, Youth and Sport, Hajrula Ceku. Minister Ceku, great to have you with us on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Now, why was this move so offensive for Kosovars?
Well, I think this is not something new for Kosovo, since Serbia is known for using all the platforms, in this case sport, to spread its hateful, chauvinist messages towards Kosovo and towards Albanians. The flag displayed in Serbian locker room in their match against Brazil was a disgraceful act, a scandalous act coming from a football association abusing the platform of the World Cup to display not only political messages, not only nationalistic messages, but calls for genocide, since the flag displayed the map of independent Kosovo, the current territory of the state of Kosovo, with a message which calls for resistance, telling there is no surrender. The National Football Association of Kosovo, immediately after these images were published, submitted a complaint to FIFA, and the disciplinary committee of FIFA immediately started proceedings against the National Football Association of Serbia. But soon after, we had another match. Serbia played against Switzerland, and there were additional occurrences in that match which made our football association submit a second complaint against Serbia in
Yes,
FIFA.
Minister, but we have seen provocations by the Swiss players of Kosovar heritage towards Serbian players as well. And they have already been fined for that in 2018, and now they have repeated similar behavior. So I would say in that particular match, we have seen this kind of behavior from both sides.
I think it would be totally unfair to bring in an equal level what has happened in the Switzerland-Serbia match. I think two Switzerland players who are Kosovo Albanians, and play for Swiss national team, were provoked from the beginning of the match, from the players, from the management, the coach, and the fans who were chanting messages against Albanians and against two football players. So what one of the players did in a moment was a kind of a reaction from what he has been experiencing from the beginning of the match. I mean, the fans were regularly chanting, "Kill the Albanians." The coach of Serbian team was using, a total inappropriate language targeting Albanians and Albanian mothers.
What can FIFA do? How to prevent hearing hateful chants and slogans during the matches? Isn't this something that FIFA should be deal with long time ago and have some kind of rules?
Well, I think there is something we all should be aware of, and that's the fact that the Serbian chauvinism is the greatest threat to the stability, peace, democracy, and prosperity of our region, of Western Balkans. We should all understand that the root cause of all these events in sports activities, and in this case in the World Cup, is coming from Serbia. So, please don't try to bring some balance and saying that everyone is doing this type of acts. So two Switzerland players, especially one of them, would never react and would never be the first to provoke if he wasn't challenged from the very beginning from the Serbian side. So we have to tell who the problem is and treat it properly. And going back to the fines that FIFA gave to two Albanian players playing for Switzerland, I think the comparison would be very, very wrong. So what Granit Xhaka and Xherdan Shaqiri did when they played years ago against Serbia was just an expression of their national identity. They never cursed anyone. They never chanted, "Kill someone else." They never used inappropriate language towards mothers of another nation or identity. So we should understand that FIFA should be very aware that Serbia uses all the platforms, in this case sports as well, to promote their territorial aspirations through genocidal chauvinist messages. And FIFA should
That's why, Minister, I was saying that FIFA should find a way to keep this off the pitch so we don't hear these kind of messages. I've read some statements from the fans. People were extremely upset during those chants. Some of the Switzerland fans, also with roots from Kosovo and Albania, said it brought them painful memories from the war, and this definitely should be put somewhere away from the pitch. Let's see what the investigations say. Minister Ceku, thank you so much for being our guest and explaining that to us here on Across the Balkans. Well, long-running tensions between Serbia and Kosovo weren't the only incidents of ethnic tensions making their way onto the pitch. A second case against a Balkan country followed soon after, but this time against Croatia. It was after Croatian fans taunted Canadian goalkeeper Milan Borjan during last Monday's game. Borjan is an ethnic Serb, but was born in Knin in Croatia. The town was part of the conflict following the split of the former Yugoslavia in the 1990s. Borjan and his family left their hometown in 1995. During the 4-1 win over Canada, a group of Croatian fans held the flag of a tractor manufacturer and changed the marketing slogan to target Borjan. They wrote Knin 95, nothing runs like Borjan, in reference to him and other Serbians who left the country on refugee convoys. FIFA has given no timetable for a verdict, but it's expected to be settled with a fine.
It shows how primitive people are. I have nothing to comment on that. They should work on themselves and their families, because they obviously have some frustration, so they came here to vent. These are children who show that they do not know what it is and how it was. That says everything about them.
Let's go to our panel to get more on both incidents. Miloš Paunović joins us from Belgrade. He is the co-founder of the Center for Sports Heritage. And from the Croatian city of Split, we have Daniela Rogulj, who was at the Croatia-Canada World Cup game in Doha. She's a sports editor of Total Croatia News. Hello to both. And Daniela, congratulations to Croatian team for reaching the quarterfinals. That was great.
Thank you.
And Miloš, best of luck next time. I don't know what to say.
Thank you.
Yeah, we should not comment on that, maybe. Okay, let's focus on our topic. Miloš, let me start with you. What do you make of FIFA's decision to charge Serbia and Croatian Football Federation? Could this be prevented?
It's not entirely certain, at least not to me, who put that flag into the locker room. Where did the photo come from? Certainly something that does not belong to football, even football stadium. Although, again, if we talk about connections and links about between football and sport in general and politics, it could have been prevented, but things like when emotions run high, sometimes these things happen.
But it did somehow, Miloš, every time Serbia has played, we have seen some kind of tension incidents, also with the Switzerland game. Can't this be left off the pitch?
Well, of course. And I mean, when it comes to Switzerland game, first of all, I want to say that's just quite, in a way, quite bizarre that the game that really did not have anything directly to do with, Serbs, and in this case, Kosovo Albanians. It's a game between Serbia and Switzerland, but just because there were two Albanian or Kosovo Albanian players in the pitch, things like that. Unfortunately, it happened, as I've learned, there will be proceedings regarding that too. Main incidents actually happened. Well, the worst one actually happened on the stands, but what was going on the pitch at certain moments of the game was also appalling. It's clear that it all had had much more to do with politics than with
Daniela,
football.
Daniela, you were there in Doha during the Croatia-Canada match. After that match, Croatia's Football Federation has been charged by FIFA. Why did Croatian fans felt provoked?
So it seems that Croatian fans felt provoked based on Milan Borjan's comments, saying that he was not born in Croatia, but in the Republic of Srpska Krajina. And based on those comments, and I think also based on the Canada coach's comments before Croatia and Canada met, saying we're going to F Croatia, essentially, Croatian fans felt provoked. Hence, they retaliated. They retaliated by booing Borjan with insulting songs and specifically holding a banner referencing John Deere, which referenced Serbs leaving Croatia. I think after the game, Croatia fans also sent around 2,500 text messages to Borjan, and they felt provoked. That's essentially the idea.
What was the reactions from the Croatian players to all of this?
So Borjan actually said after the match that the Croatia players behaved like gentlemen. The only player so far to have commented is Lovren, and I was actually in the mix zone after the match when Lovren was asked about what happened. And his answer was, honestly, this is the first I'm hearing about it. I had no idea, but I can't comment on this. He said, the fact that fans did this, I can't do anything about it.
Daniela, Miloš, only two teams from this region were competing this year, Croatia and Serbia, and both have been charged. I mean, what kind of image does this leave?
I don't think that's a problem that football associations alone can solve. It's something I'm now talk a bit more as a historian than as a sport historian. I really think, regardless of the fact that it's been more than 20 years, 25, 27 years after the war had ended, in a way, these societies, in my opinion at least, are still, to a certain extent, post-conflict societies. So it's certainly not just a job for football associations. It's a job for everyone. I mean, primarily politicians, but also members of academia, journalists, certainly everyone who's forming or trying to influence public sphere.
Daniela, what do you think?
I completely agree with Milos on this point. The federations can only do so much. They always come out and say, we condemn discrimination, we condemn racism, but is that enough? So I'm fully with Milos on this point, that it goes a lot deeper. It goes a lot deeper if we are ever going to get past this.
I want to play now one TikTok video that includes short interviews with both Croatian and Serbian fans. Let's watch it together.
Here with some Croatian fans.
No Croatian, bro. This is Serbian.
Croatian fans. Now, guys, tell me. Serbia fan? We're here with some Croatian fans outside of Al Janoub Stadium.
We are Serbian.
Here with some Serbian fans. Now, guys, tell me.
Croatian.
Croatian fan?
Croatian.
Are you sure? Oh, it is Croatian. We're here with Serbia fans. Now, guys.
Croatia.
Oh, Croatia fan?
No, Serbia.
Here with some Serbian fans. Now, guys.
We have war against them, so we are not like a friend.
We are not like a friend. We had war against them. And wars happened long time ago. Do you guys believe we will see the day when we can see both of these fans cheering together and actually facing each other only on the pitch? Daniela?
Well, I would like to comment. There was actually something that came out in Croatian media a couple days ago about Croatian and Serbian fans together in Qatar. They were up at a beach club or something, and they both had the Croatian flag up and the Serbian flag up. So I will also comment on Lovren specifically, because he was asked at that same mix zone after the match, what if Croatia and Serbia were to meet in the quarterfinal of the World Cup? And, he said, we would love that, basically, why not? So I do think, we're getting there. It's a slow process. Obviously, a lot of this stuff is still so fresh, and it will take a minute to get through it. But obviously, we're all hopeful that one day we don't have to have these issues anymore.
Milos, your final thoughts?
Yeah, I think even today you can find probably thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people in Croatia and Serbia who could sit together and cheer together for both national teams. It's just the fact that football as a mass sport provides arena, especially for those who want to use it as a platform to to promote their political stances, and it simply attracts them because it's media covered, etc. So as I said, it's work for everyone, but also for journalists, maybe to cover those positive instances when those two, fans actually sit together, as they usually, when they live abroad, Croats, Serbs, Bosnians, etc. They usually spend time together. So why not football?
Yes, but this World Cup unfortunately showed to all of us that we still have a lot of work to do, unfortunately, after all the incidents we have seen, not just involving Croatian and Serbian fans, but also some of the Switzerland players, etc. Thank you both, Daniela, Milos, for being my guests on Across the Balkans.